Hello, guys. Hello. I hope you guys are good. I just thought I should just do a story time live. Today we are going to talk about what my boss said, but before starting, let's get the admin out of the way. My name is Lindy. I am from South Africa, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to my channel. And this channel, we talk about us living life to the fullest. And if you are interested in living life to the fullest, do consider joining this channel. And also, guys, don't forget to comment and say exactly what you want to see in this channel. And the weather today, guys, it is not good. It is so dark, and I am hoping that it will change because I don't have lighting. As you can see, I'm recording in my room, in my one of the rooms in the house, and I am going to just give a story time, guys. So yeah, and without wasting time, let's start. Let me just sit proper. Let me just sit proper, fix everything so that I can be comfortable. Yes, I think this is good. Let's just check the lighting. Hey, anyway, this one looks better. Looks like my nose is shiny, but anyway, if we were to focus on that, we won't end. So I'm just going to give you guys a story time of what happened with my boss, and the day I decided that maybe it's time to leave the corporate world. So, guys, do you know that women are actually graduating 4 times more than men? But yet, women are still underpaid. If you were to compare the salaries of men and women, you would see that men are getting paid way more than women. So it is a reality, it is happening. Gender inequality, it is happening out there. And unfortunately, no one is going to help us. People who are in corporate have to do something about it. And also, if you go to TikTok, you will see that there's so many videos of people who actually cry at work. Like they will go to basements, they will go to their cars, they will go anywhere to the bathroom to just cry because the environment can be toxic and you have to develop a thick skin in order to work there. So let's just say I worked for more than 20 years in corporate, and I feel like I did pay my dues. I did work. I did my work. I worked for many companies. I think the first company was Sybase. The second Sybase, so it was just I was a support engineer supporting banks and credit bureau and mines. And then I worked there for 2 years, and then after I went to Harmony Gold Mine. I didn't stay at Harmony Gold Mine because my boss at Sybase went to TransUnion. And then when he got there, he actually called me to go work for TransUnion. And then I moved after 6 months, I think. I moved to TransUnion. And also the distance from Centurion to Harmony Gold Mine, it was far, guys. And then I moved to TransUnion. I think there I stayed 3 years. And then I moved from TransUnion to Momentum. I stayed 3 years as well at Momentum. So I'm the type that whenever I'm done learning whatever I need to learn, I don't see a reason why I should stay there, especially if I see that there is no growth for me, like I've reached the ceiling. I never considered myself as one of those people who will be ahead of something and, climbing that ladder. Because I don't know if it's brainstorming, but we all think we will climb the ladder. And then not all of us, most of us, when we go to corporate, we think, you know what, I need to work hard and then be a manager, be a supervisor, and then be a head of something, and then be a regional manager, and then eventually be a CEO. But all of that takes time, guys. All of that takes time. And also, there can only be one or two CEOs in a company. I know a company, I think I've heard of a company where there's two CEOs. So I'm like, you know what? I'm good as a developer. I think the good thing being in IT is we can earn a good salary in your title. Like we're not title focused, we are money focused. Like people in IT, we are money focused more than title focused. Like you can be a supervisor, you can climb your corporate ladder, but then I'll be earning more than you. So it's something like that when it comes to IT. It's not like any of these other positions where you can just you have to climb and climb and climb. With us, we job hop, go to different companies, the salary doubles and triples, and then you get to a point where the salary is actually good. And then so it got to a point where I'm now working for the bank. I'm not gonna say the bank, but I'm sure you probably do know. And I've worked, I know what I need to do, and I know that I'm not moving because I've been moving. Get to a point where you're like, no, this is the last company. I'm not going to move anymore. I mean, it comes with age, it comes with responsibilities, and then you think I'm just going to stay here, and then up until I retire. And it got to a point where now I am now, and all of that happened in a different way. Like, for example, I used to be one of those that doesn't want to speak. I'll sit at the back and just deliver good projects, but then do not want to speak. And maybe it's because I also struggled with communication, and I also had low self-esteem, and people would take advantage of that way, because even though I had that, my work was good. And then it got to a point where in one meeting, we're busy developing something big, and then we developed that. And I think I got so frustrated because we had a lot of contractors, and I was amongst those contractors. I was permanently employed with other people, so I just took ownership of the project. Like the contractors cannot tell us, yes, they will be under us, and then I just took control, and then I would advise on what to do, where to get things, get them on board quickly so that we can finish it. So I was doing that not because I want to be noticed or because I want something. And then one meeting we were speaking, we were on stand up, and then the head of department asked something, and then I answered. And then I don't know, maybe I answered right, but ever since he valued my contribution, he would even ask, what is Lindy saying? So from that, I think the confidence got built from that. I improved like major, guys. I started operating as if I was leading that team. And then the project was implemented. We're happy, and then got to a point where they were now looking into putting me as a technical team lead. Yes, technical team lead. And it was something exciting because now we have people who are going to report to you. And then around that time, we got moved. Our department got moved to another department, and then to a new person. And that person was okay, I must say. But it got to a point where the government now, remember, the government now wants women in leadership positions, and like it's something that must be done in most companies in South Africa. And they were pushing for me to be a technical team lead. Yes, I've ended, but then also there's that state that needs to be covered. And then I don't know if this guy also had this, I don't know if it's fear or maybe this Black woman who's rising. And I was also friends with a guy, my best friend from work, and he was also like encouraging me and building my confidence as well. We were working, making sure that I deliver and I do the right things. And then one time, okay, now it was official, sort of like semi-official, because they were saying I'm a technical team lead on the corridor, but then the salary, the title, it was still saying I'm a developer. And yet I was doing that, I think, for over 2 years or something like that. And then I started questioning, and then they started the process of making me a technical team lead. And then the day his boss actually told him to sit with me and talk about that. And then we had a meeting about that. And I asked, so now, guys, this is what made me resign. And then I asked, I'm like, so please teach me everything that you know, so that I can help you even with the job that you do, so that you do not need to do much. Coming as a servant, wanting to take some of his tasks so that you can focus on more important tasks. You cannot be focusing on is this person at work, or maybe you cannot be focusing, is did this person join stand up? The stats that you can give to a junior, and then you focus on important stuff. That guy said to me, I cannot teach you everything, because if I teach you everything, you'll take my job. Then I'm like, is that a problem? I thought the mission here is for me to come to your position so that you can go to an upper position. You need to be doing something else that will take you to that position. And that day, guys, I actually realized that this person is not going to teach me. And it was like that. He didn't teach me anything. Instead, he would block me from meetings, major meetings, to a point where he wasn't technical, and to a point where they will even ask, where's Lindy? Where's Lindy? You know, there's things that he didn't know. And then he will have to like call me, oh, Lindy, please come join this meeting. They're looking for you. But then you'll be like, but why didn't you invite me from the first place? Because I'm supposed to be there. So you would like block me like in any way. And then from that day, I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and I tried reporting to his boss, and then his boss said he needs to teach me, but still nothing changed. And from that day, I was like, you know what? This is nonsense. I'm not going to stand for this. I'm not going to continue working here. So I started having, you know, when you start hating your job and you start hating going to work, because you see that nothing's going to come out of this, and I just want to be out. And from there, I started communicating with my husband. I'm like, you know what, I've been talking about it, that I do not want to work. So I want to do something else. And then my husband said to me, you know what, you cannot just resign. You need to start building something first on the side, and then you will jump into that because you will get bored. I don't know, for some reason, people thought that I would get bored and miss IT. I do not miss IT. IT is me. I can do anything at work. I can develop projects and sell those softwares. I can do anything. I do not need being in corporate, and I hated the traffic as well. I hated the fact that when it comes to giving you a raise, you have to now justify something that they already know, that you did deliver this project. You did deliver this project. You can even list that, okay, these were my KPIs and I did deliver, but then I hated the fact that you have to now justify, and this person have to decide how much money they give you. So if they don't like you, you're not going to get. And then the question is, why didn't I move and go look for a job? Why look for a job? Because it is like that almost everywhere, guys. Women are oppressed, and yes, you might find companies where women now are becoming hardcore, like they even not even like operating in a way, it's their personality. A person will have a kind personality, but because they do not want to be disrespected by men, they will change their personality. They will become so hard and so rude because they are scared of these men, or of not being respected as a woman. So yeah. And also as well, there were hours, guys, the hours that we used to work, like, were terrible. And I know it's something that we could do, but then I felt like, you know what, my kids are not I'm not there for my kids because I'm working at night support. I'm working during the day, and then there's traffic as well. And then thanks to lockdown, because we were now able to work from home, it is working well. And they didn't say force us to go back to work, so we worked from home, which was also good. So I just, from that day, that was the day in my mind where I resigned from corporate, and I said to myself, I am going to build a company that will employ people, and then everything will just be fair. And then I just left, guys, and not because of him mainly, but then he was the trigger for me to finally leave. And then how's life now? Life now is good, guys. Life now is good. I wake up and clean. I am more present in my kids' life. Like, you noticed how social media is raising our kids now, and we are not even aware. We come back from work and we are so tired, like irritable. You have to cook, you have to do this, and then your child wants to tell you something important, but because you are not emotionally available, because you're so tired. And I'm not saying that you should leave your work, and I'm just saying sometimes they want to say something, and because you are so busy, you will miss that moment. And then the next thing, you hear suicide, or you hear things, kids behaving strange, because they are lacking that. And then those are other advantages. And also the fact that my raise and my bonus depended on someone to decide. It didn't depend on me doing that job and getting the most money. I didn't like that as well. And the fact that for me to get a raise, then I have to job hop, like a good raise. You will get your few percentage that they give you, but then food and everything is expensive, guys, and you will get that few percentage that they will give you. And there's a guy, guys, who worked for like 10 years, and I think he only got 1% raise once. Now think about it, food is expensive now, and people do not have money. And because the salaries that we are getting and the raise and the effort that we are putting in these jobs are way too much. But I do understand that there are people who are called to be employees. They can stay there, but just be wise and not take everything that is there. And I always say, even if you love your job, do your job, but then build something on the side, because it will not fulfill you, guys. It will not fulfill you. It will take your time. It will take your time with family. You'll get stuck in traffic or in taxis. But if you love it, do continue doing that. But make sure that you have something on the side, because one day you won't want to go. And how do you know when to leave your job, or maybe when to start preparing? Is when you wake up and feel like, you know what, I am going back to that place. I am going back to that place and I cannot take it anymore. Or maybe when it's Sunday, you start becoming so sad, thinking, okay, Monday is coming. I have to go back to that place. Guys, just go to work, do the job, because you need the money for your family, but then have something on the side that will give you real money, something that where the salary is not kept, something that you're passionate about, something that you are good at. We are good at something. Find that one thing that you are good at, where people are not as good as you. Focus on that, and then start building, guys. Start building, because one day you'll get to a point when you do not want to go to that corporate job, and then you'll be sad, guys. So yeah, today I wanted to share that story time. Hello, Nonzu Baliso. You, when they're giving us raises, it's like they don't take the inflation. Yes, they don't. Like, I mean, when I think on Saturday, no, on Wednesday, my husband went to buy eggs, and because there's a shortage of eggs, he bought, those small one, the small tray for 100 rand. So things like that are happening. Food is so expensive right now, but our raise is not going up. Our raise is not going up. So that's why I say, in this day and age, there's so many ways to make money online. Look at that. Find videos on YouTube channels, and don't go for scams, guys. There's so many scams as well. Be careful. Make sure that you know the person who's presenting well, you trust the person, and then do work on that. Build your side hustle, guys. It is important. So yeah, guys, I wanted to share the story time, because that's the trigger of why I left employment. And even right now, I wouldn't have this time to even record this live, but now I have time to even record this live. And yeah, guys, yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys are good, and I hope you guys will think about what I'm saying, and I hope you enjoyed the story time. They don't love you. They don't care. They just want profits. You are there to make profit. Don't think someone loves you. Your boss is accountable to someone else. They want to push their KPIs so that they can also get a good raise. So they will use you sometimes. Sometimes you do get a good boss. Yeah, be grateful if you have that boss. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely day.